Hey guys, it's your boy Mark Sanders back for my review WWE WrestleMania 38 2022 Night 2. Yes, WrestleMania 38 2022's edition of WrestleMania is officially done and in the books. I reviewed Night 1 yesterday. It was amazing. And this was amazing too. Night 2 was also amazing with a pretty lame ass ending, man. Oh man, it was still it was an amazing WrestleMania, no doubt. I swear to God. But man, that was a lame ending. That's the thing about endings, like a movie is an awesome movie, but it has a really crappy ending, and the first thing you want to think about right when it's done is how it ended, no matter how good everything before it was. Still, this is easily. I know I say this every year. This is easily my favorite WrestleMania since 33, and I might still consider it. But before the main event, which I was pretty excited for, I was actually thinking about this being my new favorite WrestleMania. It was insane. Night 1 was insane. Night 2 was insane. Epic matches, epic moments, and another great main event. Sorry, not main event. What did I say? I don't know why I said that. It wasn't a great main event at all. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know what more to say. And the ending is so important. But anyway, it was crazy that when Night 2 WrestleMania started, I said to my friend, and he agreed that WrestleMania 38 Night 1 felt like it was 35 minutes ago. And he said, "Bro, for real, right?" And that was so true. It really did feel so fast, man, that we finally got to WrestleMania 38 Night 2. But yeah, here we are. Show opens up. We get another WrestleMania hype video, and Mark Wahlberg's back. And from my memory, when they did Night 2 of WrestleMania 36 and 37, they had the exact same hype videos, But this was a different hype video. And it was Mark Wahlberg saying, there are some sequels that a lot of sequels aren't better than the original. And tonight could be one of those. Not quite, still phenomenal, lame ending. But that was still a really cool. I just love that we got a different hype video. And then when the show officially started, we got America the Beautiful again, which was nice, and sung by a lady this time. And then, surprise, Triple H's music hits, and he makes his entrance, and Triple H says thank you, and because he's retired now because of his heart condition now. But he says, "I just wanted to say, welcome to WrestleMania," which was such a nice way. You couldn't have done that even better. I was kind of worried it was going to be like a 10-minute long, segment or something like that, but it was lovely. It was just him saying, "Welcome to WrestleMania," and then he left his boots in the ring, reminiscent of Undertaker WrestleMania 33. But yeah, that was nice. And then We got our first match of the show. We have a triple threat tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. We have RK Bro, consisting of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, of course, defending against Alpha Academy, consisting of Chad Gable and Otis, versus the Street Profits, of course, consisting of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. This match was awesome. This was so much fun. Such a perfect way to open up the show. It was funny, because I watched Cultaholics. The Cultaholic did a live stream of them playing the WrestleMania 38 card on WWE 2K22. And they actually, they're recreating the matches that were set for this year's WrestleMania. And Adam Pacitti, he actually got himself DQ'd and lost that. And then in this match, the commentators actually mentioned that taking advantage of no disqualification rules, and then that's amazing that happened. And then Cultaholics video live stream, they did that, and then I wonder if they reacted to that on their reaction. It was like, bro, Adam Pacitti might be like, bro, like, I got DQ'd, and then they mentioned that this was no DQ in real life, like, oh my god. But yeah, there was this awesome spot when Randy Orton, I believe he did it to the Street Profits. He did back suplexes back to back on the announce tables to both. I think it was the Street Profits. He did it to two members of the same team, if I recall correctly. That was awesome that he did those back suplexes. The table didn't break, and it was the same table that he did them on. Riddle did this really awesome Super RKO to one of the Street Profits. I think it was Montez Ford, yeah. And then right after that, Randy Orton with I think Angelo Dawkins was like jumping off, and Randy Orton hit his RKO out of nowhere to him for the victory. RK Bro retained the titles. And then RK Bro and the Street Profits, they have like a respect thing, and then I think they just they get to like Gable Stevenson or whatever his name is. I don't really care for Gable Stevenson, to be honest, and they were like, "Hey, come celebrate with us," and then he jumped over the barricade and to celebrate, and then Chad Gable comes in like to kind of like be a party pooper. And then he was like, "Yo, who do you think you are?" Something like that. And then he was like, "When you're talking to me," and I didn't quite hear what he said, but then I think Gable, Stevenson, picked him up and slammed him or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Like I said, I really don't care for Gable Stevenson. I don't care about him. But yeah, that was an awesome opener, man. And yeah, really liked it. Next up, we have Omos versus Bobby Lashley. This was fun. This was cool to watch. I really flipped out at the end. It's just two big-ass beasts. One of them especially bigger than the other. That's what this match was. And what more could we have expected? It was cool. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm irritated. It's because of the main event. Like I really did think this was an amazing WrestleMania as well. But that because that literally just happened like 15 minutes ago, bro. But I really freaked out at the ending in a good way because Bobby Lashley spared Omos. He actually spared him in like the kidneys at one point. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley is the first to pin Omos. So that's awesome. That was so cool. I freaked out. I was like, oh yeah, boy, because I did post my Facebook WrestleMania predictions. That's what I thought would happen. I predicted Thingamajig to win, Bobby Lashley to win. Next, and after this, my aunt had a Zoom meeting, so I had to turn the volume down, and she was in that meeting for like 40 minutes, and I was losing my mind, basically, because I wanted to turn it up again, like, real loud. But after this, I had to listen to this, like, real low. The next match, anything goes match, Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. I really cracked up at the film package for this, because we were seeing how, like, Johnny Knoxville was getting, like, bombarded by Sami Zayn or something like that, and then he decided to post Sami Zayn's number all over, and then the promo Sami Zayn was like, how did you get this number? From Instagram? From a bathroom in the subway station or something like that? That was, like, just crazy, and, being that I'm not in America, I wonder what would have happened if I tried to call that number. Because I don't know how international cell phones and all that work, if I could have done that. That was pretty funny, actually. And then, yeah. And, this was a fun match. This was never supposed to be like a wrestling clinic or nothing like that. This was never going to be a 5-star technical classic. But Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville coming out to the same, or at the very least, very similar gear that he wore at the Royal Rumble this year. And, this was two of my childhoods, like 2 different years of my childhoods crossing over. Because back in 2008, actually, yeah, we're going back to 2008, I was, like, super into Jackass. I saw, my impressionable self, especially back then. I saw the Jackass video game. I'd never watched Jackass until I saw that there was a video game, and I was like, holy crap, this is being made into a video game. I just loved odd pairings, and then I bought the Jackass video game, and I have great memories with it. It's not a very good game, actually, but I have great memories with it nonetheless. And then I decided to watch the show, and then I just got super into Jackass, and yeah, Jackass is my childhood. And the year after, in 2009, that's when I got into wrestling. So it was such a nice consecutive year, different things of my childhood crossing over, and in this really fun Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville anything goes match. There was this mousetrap table, and then there was this real crack up part, and especially when you have myself and what I personally had to do during this match, that makes this part actually very coincidentally, but also the best accident ever, hilarious. Because, like I said before, my aunt was in a Zoom meeting, and I had to turn the volume down. And even though I had the volume down, during this match, Johnny Knoxville literally grabbed one of those horns and honked the heck out of it. Like, bam! And then, that's so funny when you consider my situation of mine, that I had to turn it down so my aunt could do a Zoom meeting. She didn't, say anything. She might not have heard it still, but far out, that was just the most perfect accident, man. You know what I mean? And then Party Boy Chris Pontius came out. You know, I remember I used to want to, I remember back when I was first into Jackass, how I kept practicing the Party Boy dance. And that was so cool seeing him in. And Sami Zayn, got him a few times actually. Wee Man, Jason Wee Man Acuna. I probably butchered that name, but that's how I've been pronouncing that name for years. Jason Weeman Acuna. I have no idea how you pronounce his last name actually, but he came out, and I missed him doing the body slam onto Sami Zayn. I'm not joking around. He did a freaking body slam to Sami Zayn. Because you don't know, Wee Man, he's a little person, midget. I think midget's an insult, but I don't know how else to say what I mean. Yeah, in case you don't know. Apologies for any offense, but then I saw him do the body slam on the replay, so thank God for that. And at the end, they got out a giant mousetrap, actually. I don't remember if it was after. I think it was just before they got out that insane giant mousetrap, because like a whole bunch of the Jackass crew was there too, helping Johnny Knoxville, of course. And they actually got like a stop sign and garbage cans and all that, which was so cool. And tables. There was like at least 2 tables that broke in this match, actually. And then after they smashed him through the mousetrap table, which, like, kudos for that, man. Like, holy crap. And then they put him in the giant mousetrap, pinned him like that. 1, 2, 3. That was just amazing, man. Like, holy crap. That was just amazing. Like, that was such a fun match. Such a fun, goofy-ass match. It was never going to be a 5-star technical classic, but I liked it. I like it. And, yeah. And, yeah, that was that match. And then we have the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. We have Carmella and Queen Zelina defending against Sasha Banks and Naomi, Liv Morgan and Rhea, Ripley, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. This match was pretty good. I wasn't really paying attention throughout most of this match, if I'm being honest. I don't know why. I think I might have been like chatting with my friend on Messenger a lot. But I wasn't really like, but when I did start paying attention, especially like near the end, I was like, holy shit. This is really fun. This is dang good. Holy crap. Just so much back and forth stuff. Before I go into that though, I'll talk about before the actual match. Sasha Banks and Naomi had this really dope ass car entrance. Like that was badass. I have a picture in my mind right now. That's cool. That's real cool. And Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, they came out to some BDSM Catwoman dominatrix outfit. Like, far out. That's not PG. Like, that was just during the entrance, but I just had to mention that. And Carmella, during the match itself, you know, she keeps wearing the mask. She keeps wearing this mask. She's like the female, not Cody Rhodes now, of course, but female Cody Rhodes when he had that mask on, you know. But yeah, it was real dope near the end. Just back and forth stuff. Queen Zelina actually like broke up what was I saying again? Broke up a submission, I believe, and that made me mad. Like, oh, you bitch! I literally said that, you know. But Sasha Banks did some type of move. I don't remember what it was exactly, but she pins somebody. I don't remember who she pinned, but what? Oh, it was Carmella. It was Carmella that Sasha Banks pinned. 1, 2, 3. And Sasha Banks' WrestleMania losing streak finally comes to an end. Congratulations to her. That was a really fun match, actually. And congrats to Sasha Banks for finally winning a match at WrestleMania 126. Amazing. Just epic stuff. I'm very happy for her. And yeah. That was cool. That was cool. Next up, we have the Dream Matcha. We have Edge versus AJ Styles. Imagine telling somebody in 2015 about this match happening and at WrestleMania. Just imagine, like, far out, man. Like, it's insane this happened, because Edge was long retired. AJ Styles, the thought of him being in WWE was still, like, just something that existed in our imagination, like Shrek versus Hulk or something like that. But it happened. It was epic. Just, this match was everything you could have wanted it to be. It was back and forth. The moves were just phenomenal. No pun intended, because of AJ Styles, you know. AJ Styles was actually bleeding during his entrance. That was, like, what happened there. And then I saw someone post on Facebook, like, did his pyro, like, hit him, and that's why he's bleeding or something like that. And, yeah, it did kind of remind me of Goldberg, you know, but yeah. And then Edge's entrance, though, was badass. And I gotta say, I don't really care for Edge's new theme. Like, it's alright. But listening to it, like, during that entrance, that was badass. That was such a badass entrance from Edge. And, wow, they just went out there, they killed it, man. It was just back and forth. Moments you thought it was over. AJ, I think, actually hurt his shoulder, like, real early on in the match. So, if that's legit, you know, kudos to AJ Styles for continuing the match and all that. And especially still making as epic of a match as it turned out to be. That was epic. Epic. AJ Styles hit a Styles Clash for a near fall. That was real good. And then AJ was about to do the Phenomenal Forearm, but then Damian Priest came out, and he was just staring at AJ. And then AJ eventually did the Phenomenal Forearm that he was planning to do anyway. And then, as he did that, Edge spears AJ Styles. 1, 2, 3. And Edge forms a union with Damian Priest and wins at WrestleMania. And it's such an amazing match. Badass ending. Badass entrance. And here's a new team with Damian Priest. I wonder if they're going to bring any more members into and make some type of group or something like that. But, yeah. But, yeah. And now, after this, we get the match that was supposed to happen yesterday, but they had to cut it for time. But we did get it here. Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus the New Day, consisting of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Sheamus and Ridge Holland, of course, accompanied by Butch, formerly known as Pete Dunne. So Pete Dunne's first appearance at WrestleMania. The New Day wearing the New Day, but they weren't wearing New Day anything, necessarily, sort of. They were wearing outfits in tribute to Big E, because Big E broke his neck, and he's still recovering. He might actually be retired, which is insane to see. This match happened, and you know what? I was very entertained by this match. It was really short, and that's just how I like it. Real short, just fun, whatever match. And Ridge Holland and Sheamus actually got the win, to my surprise. And then after the match, Butch attacks the New Day for some reason. Coolio. And next up, we have a match I wasn't necessarily excited for. I was excited to watch my boy Austin Theory wrestle. That's what I was excited for, not necessarily the match itself. Because Pat McAfee, I have no thoughts on Pat McAfee, honestly. Aside from, I think he seems like a real cool, chill dude. And I think I would love to hang out with Pat McAfee. He seems real cool. But this match was really fun. This was a lot of fun, this match, I thought. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Pat McAfee came out to, I don't know if this has always been his theme or whatever, but he came out to, like, one of the best songs ever. That being Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. I was like, oh my gosh! That was so badass hearing that. And wow, that was actually a really fun match. Just the crowd was booing the crap out of Austin Theory. They were fully behind Pat McAfee actually, and then it was just a really fun match. I can't remember exactly what happened during this match. Pat McAfee did like this running not German suplex, but I think he did like this running belly to belly like with Austin Theory on the top rope. That was real cool. That was a near fall, I believe. And then Austin Theory was about to do his finisher, but Pat McAfee got out of it, rolled up Austin Theory. 1, 2, 3. Pat McAfee wins. And then I actually said to my friend, I told him all of my WrestleMania predictions, and he said, I agree with pretty much all of them, except I think Pat McAfee is winning. Well, he actually said, I agree with all of them except Austin Theory. He didn't necessarily exactly literally say Pat McAfee. And I messaged him, congratulations on getting that one right, my friend. And he was like, thank you, sir. And after the match, Pat McAfee was staring down Vince McMahon, who was actually like at ringside just to watch the match. Something I probably should have mentioned a bit earlier, but I just kind of realized, to think about. And then he was Pat McAfee was staring down Vince and Austin Theory. And then, holy crap, this was rumored like a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever. And it was actually true. Vince McMahon, 76 years old, takes off his suit, has the black singlet on, he goes into the ring, the referee comes out, he has an impromptu match with Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee has 2 matches at WrestleMania. And it's Vince McMahon, he's wrestling. Vince McMahon, he's wrestling. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. This was surreal. The rumors were true all along. Oh my gosh. And then Pat McAfee, I did post my reaction to this earlier, by the way, but Pat McAfee was like in the corner, and then Austin Theory, he grabbed Pat McAfee's legs and then pulled him back so his nuts would hit the ring post. Speaking of nuts, there was actually this really speaking of nuts, there were actually 2 nut shots to Sami Zayn using gags, and they were jackass gags too, like a big ass hand slap and all that. In that match, but in this match, and then the referee didn't disqualify though, but there was like a little soft football that was thrown to Vince, and he was teasing like throwing it to the crowd, and then he decided to like place it down real low and kick the ball with Pat McAfee on all fours into Pat McAfee's nuts. 1, 2, 3. Pat McAfee wins a match at WrestleMania, then loses another match immediately after, and to Vince McMahon. Mr. McMahon. Oh my gosh, that was just, I can't believe it. We got both Stone Cold and Vince McMahon wrestling again at WrestleMania 38. Holy crap. And they're all mocking Pat and all that. And then Stone Cold comes out to freaking chorus of cheers to freaking big ass pop. And then Stone Cold, he stuns Austin Theory. And then Vince is like, I want to drink a beer with you. I'm just cracking up what happened next. And then Vince, Stone Cold kicked Vince, and then then Vince was like stumbling around everywhere, and then he finally actually got the stunner in. There was a crack up selling. I mean, the man is 76. I mean, let's give him a little break, huh? But that was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. And then, yeah, I was hoping, I thought and was hoping that we were going to get another impromptu Stone Cold match, like maybe him versus Vince actually happening at WrestleMania, which is pretty insane. Or him versus Austin Theory. That didn't happen. But far out. Like, far out, man. Now we're going to the main event. The main event, winner-take-all championship unification match for both the WWE Championship and WWE Universal Championship. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar against Universal Champion Roman Reigns. The first match in history to main event WrestleMania 3 times. And each match was far weaker than the last. Oh my gosh, this match, it was intense, this match. I'll give it that. It was really intense. But man, it was so short. It was like 5 minutes. My aunt said probably a little bit more than 5 minutes. 12 minutes? It was 12 minutes? According to Wikipedia. Anyway. Brock, there was really awesome film package with All Nightmare Long by Metallica. That was badass. And then both Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar take the mic away from the announcer. Like, Paul Heyman's introducing Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar's introducing himself. The bell rings. And as soon as the bell rings, Brock takes off his gloves. So you know shit's gonna get real. Bunch of suplexes, bunch of spears. One of them was through the barricade. There was this moment when Brock was like getting up all in Paul Heyman's face, like, and Paul Heyman was like, "It was Roman's idea. Please don't hurt me." And then that was when Roman speared him through the barricade. And then the referee was knocked down, I think, or the referee was definitely like incapacitated. Roman Reigns hit a low blow on Brock and then smashed his head with the Universal Championship. That was a kick out. And then Brock actually kicked out of it this time. I don't know if anyone ever notices this, aside from myself, but have you noticed that if the wrestler being pinned, if his eyes are open, he's most likely kicking out? I've noticed that for quite a while now, actually. And Brock Lesnar actually put the Kimura on Roman Reigns right as he hit another spear on him. And I was actually thinking, holy crap, is Roman going to tap? He didn't. He eventually got out of it. He grabbed the ropes, I think. Then just randomly another spear. After a bunch of Superman punches, just another random spear. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Really lame main event, man. 3 times you had Brock versus Roman main event WrestleMania. Their WrestleMania 31 match, amazing. And a lot of people hate their 34 match. I love their 34 match. Honestly, I thought I loved it. All right, this one here. You know what? This was rumored for months that this was going to be the main event of WrestleMania 38, and it was so not worth making it the main event, man. Far out. That was after everything else. That was it. Just, yeah, Roman wins, whatever. So not worth a 6 main event at WrestleMania. So not worth, making this the main event of WrestleMania. This was, like I said, WrestleMania 38 absolutely blew my expectations out of the water overall. It really did. I can't believe like some of the stuff that happened on both these nights, like far out. But man, it ended on such a really such a whatever. It's like they put their effort into everything else except for the most important match at WrestleMania, the freaking main event. Is there going to be a rematch between Brock and Roman for the billionth time? Heck, I like the Crown Jewel match better than this. I thought that Crown Jewel match was a lot of fun, but man, it's crazy. Like I said, I loved WrestleMania 38, but man, did it have such a ending and main event. Far out. Anyway, now begins the long wait for WrestleMania 39, 2023, 1 year from now. And The Rock didn't come out at the end. I was actually filming to see if The Rock would come out. He didn't come out. Just ended. Roman wins. He wins the WWE Championship. Yeah, just like I said, like the ending of stuff is what has the impression on you. You know, it was WrestleMania 38, amazing overall. Crap ending, man. But far out. Anyway, I'm your boy Mark Sanders. Hope you enjoyed your boy's review, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.